everyone, and welcome to our regular council meeting. Today is September 10, 2019. It is 7:06 p.m. Can someone put the time for us? That's what we got to do every day. We don't have to repeat that every minute. It's 7:06. Madam Clerk, please
Councilman
call to order.
Desilme, Vice Mayor Keys, Councilwoman Estime Irvin,
Here.
Councilman Galvin, Mayor Bieneme.
Yes.
Mayor, you have a quorum to proceed.
Thank you very much. And now please rise for the Pledge of Allegiance with the Chief of Police for the city of North Miami, Larry Juriga.
Please place your right hand over your heart. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Please remain standing with invocation by Pastor William Vasquez. He's not available. Commander Branson.
Let us all bow. Father God in heaven, we all stand before your throne of grace at this time, giving thanks for all blessings, great and small. We ask for your blessings upon these proceedings as we go about the city's business. As we go about our regular business, we ask prayers and blessings for all those survivors in the Bahamas. We also ask that you bless the relief efforts for those brave souls down there who are dealing with tragedy. These and all other blessings we ask in your son Jesus' name. Amen.
Thank you very much. Mr. Manager, do we have any addition, deletion to the agenda?
Yes, sir. We'd like to withdraw tab G.
Let me see. Okay. And that's it?
That's it, sir.
Mr. City Attorney, are we set for tonight's agenda?
Yes, Mayor, the agenda is set. You may proceed.
Thank you very much. Special presentation. Let's go downstairs. Yes.
Mayor, let the record reflect that at 7:08, Vice Mayor Keys is present.
Thank you very much. Tonight, as we gather to remember the 18th anniversary of this tragic event of September 11, 2001, we take time to remember those who were taken too soon from us, those who gave their lives protecting us, and those who are left behind to mourn. It has now been 18 years since the peace of an American morning was broken. We must never forget that the innocent victims of the September 11, 2001 attacks on America did not die in vain. We honor the victims of the attacks on the World Trade Center, the Pentagon, the airline flight takeovers, and the American military service personnel who have died in the war against terrorism, while other members of the service continue to fight. We stand united as a nation, and we are committed to wiping out terrorism, and those who plot the murders of innocent civilians throughout the world. we remain committed to supporting the young men and women of our armed service, those who put their lives every day in order to protect the freedom of this great nation. Today, we encourage that you write them, you pray for them, and thank God they serve America with honor, courage, and commitment. Every day on September 11, our memory opens a fresh one. We grieve, we feel the hurt again, yet we learn from this tragedy a sense of hope for humankind. To pay tribute to the lives lost, please welcome Teresa Bridge as we sing God Bless America. Get the mic.
God bless America, land that I love. Stand beside her and guide her through the night with a light from above. To the mountains, to the prairies, to the oceans, wide with foam. God bless America. God bless America, my home, sweet home.
Thank you very much. Be seated. That concludes our presentation for tonight. And now city events.
Good evening, Mayor, Council, staff, North Miami residents, and to all of our guests. My name is Unicia Baker, and I'm the Senior Public Information Officer, and I'm here to share some of our city's upcoming programs, initiatives, and events with you. If you're a North Miami water utility customer, please note that all in-person utility billing customer service needs are now being handled exclusively at the new City of North Miami Customer Service Center. Such services include new account creations, account reactivations, account closures, customer inquiries, payments, and sewer credit application submissions. The NOMI CSC is located right across the street at 811 Northeast 125th Street. Be sure to have all required documents before visiting. Nomi Water Utility customers should also note that the city now has a new and improved online utility bill payment system located in our e-services portal at northmiamifl.gov/utility bill. The new system has no minimum payment amount and no convenience fees. The online delinquent account reactivations are also available. For more information about these important utility billing customer service notices, please call 305-895-9330. The North Miami Police Department will lay a wreath at the North Miami Police Memorial tomorrow in remembrance of the 18th anniversary of the devastating September 11th terrorist attacks. A citywide moment of silence will take place at 8:30 a.m. The second fiscal year 2020 budget hearing is scheduled for 6 p.m. on Tuesday, September 17th, here in the North Miami Council Chamber. North Miami residents are invited to join the mayor and council along with city staff for the hearing. The Museum of Contemporary Art North Miami, also known as MoCA, is pleased to launch the fall season with the unveiling of the South Florida Cultural Consortium exhibition. This exhibition is made possible in cooperation with Miami-Dade County's Department of Cultural Affairs. The group exhibition presents work by artists exclusively from South Florida who live and work in Broward, Martin, Monroe, Palm Beach, and Miami-Dade counties. The opening reception will take place September 12th at 7 p.m. at MoCA. The Nomi Parks and Recreations Department is hosting full moon yoga and meditation on Saturday, September 14th from 7 to 8 p.m. at Griffin Park. The session is free and open to all ages. Bring your own mat. For more information, please contact the Parks and Recreation Department. Their phone number is 305-895-9840. Special thanks to the entire North Miami community for donating supplies to our Mayor and Council Hurricane Dorian relief drive for the Bahamas. Additional hurricane relief supplies will be received during the next Getting Geared community bike ride, and that is this Saturday, September 14th. The 10-mile ride leaves from MoCA at 8:30 a.m., and it has stops at Jamba Juice and the Knights of Columbus Marian Council number 3757. If you'd like to make a hurricane relief donation, visit northmiamifl.gov for a full list of items. Mayor Bieneme invites North Miami residents to a walkthrough farm share food distribution at Griffin Park on Wednesday, September 18th from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Items are available on a first-come, first-served basis. It's for residents only. Hispanic Heritage Month is right around the corner. Tuesday, September 17th and October 1st at 3 p.m., kids are invited to MoCA at the library for a series of arts and crafts activities commemorating the month. Also, you're invited to celebrate Hispanic Heritage Month Wednesday, September 18th at 4:30 p.m. at the Nomi Library Celebrity Story Time with Soraya Trujillo, Assistant Principal of Holy Cross Lutheran School. The Hispanic Heritage Month celebration continues on Thursday, September 26th and also October 10th at 3 p.m. with the return of the popular Teens Can Cook program at the North Miami Public Library. Nomi Library teens will get a chance to cook and taste traditional meals from Latin countries with Chef Dario. It's free and open to teens ages 13 to 18. Space is very limited, so please RSVP today by calling 305-891-5535. Councilwoman Mary Estime Urban invites you to a District 3 community workshop on Thursday, September 19th at the Griffin Community Center. Representatives from police, public works, code compliance, utility billing will be in attendance to answer questions about concerns from members of the community. For more information, please call the office of the Mayor and Council. Their number is 305-895-9818. Stay up to date with the latest happenings in our city during the summer, with the latest happenings in our community by visiting northmiamifl.gov and click the Connect with Nomi icon on the homepage where you can sign up to receive our monthly Nomi newsletter. Residents may also like the City of North Miami on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And this concludes today's announcements.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. And now, city project, no updates. Hurricane preparedness. No updates.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Commander Angelo Brenson, Emergency Management. At this time, there are no hurricanes that we're monitoring in the Atlantic, but just as a reminder, we are still closing out our FEMA reimbursement, and at this point, we have received obligations for about $4.5 million out of the $4.8 that we were expecting in reimbursement from our emergency response to Hurricane Irma back in 2017.
A quick question.
Yes.
Your claim was for how much?
We put in for $6,048,000, and several projects that didn't qualify for reimbursement or different items that came up. So in total,
Okay, that's mean your application was for 6,048,000, and then you received 4.5.
yes.
Is it correct?
Yes, that's correct, sir. We put in for a lot of different projects to see what everything that we can get, and that's it.
Okay. From those, one of the biggest projects we were not approved was the North Miami Stadium, right?
Right. And
Yes.
I was gonna put that on the record. So the one that was denied was the North Miami Stadium,
For $1.2
1.2,
million.
which is the balance
Okay.
against the 6.
What about
we-
the other 300,000?
What was it? 100,000 of it was, they reduced the amount that they were giving us by 100,000 because of a overpayment that it gave us under Hurricane Wilma 10 years ago.
Okay.
On the stadium, though, we submitted an appeal to both FEMA and to our insurance company. The insurance company actually accepted our appeal and actually provided us with a coverage payment of $350,000 roughly on the 1.2 million. So we're going to be resubmitting that information to FEMA with the expectation that they will revise their declination and at least give us $300,000.
Okay, that's
So
when,
we'll get half of the $1.2 million.
that's when you were telling me our claim was rejected
Right,
by, was
initially,
denied
yeah.
by the insurance and by FEMA?
Correct. Initially.
Okay. What was the reason from the insurance?
They both said that the damage that we suffered was actually wear and tear and not necessarily from wind. We submitted some more reports to actually demonstrate because of the flooding that occurred in the area, it lifted up the carpet and damaged the seams, and then the wind blew the turf, and they accepted that
What
that
about the
revised.
bleachers? Were
They-
damaged?
Well,
It was not a
they
part.
submitted lots of backup. I mean, if you want to
Okay.
see it.
They didn't give us that.
Okay.
Yeah.
When some
And
of those,
actually they send out adjusters, so they had their own engineers and
No,
people
no.
looking at it. So,
Okay.
but they did. So we, as a city as a whole, I would say we did quite well when you look at normally what you get back. An average cities get it back.
How much
from
is
us.
did you pay for the consultant to put the paperwork together?
Project amount, say about 200,000 or so.
Okay. That money been reimbursed also in the claim?
Some of their stuff.
We
Did
get
you
a
add
large,
it in the claim?
a
Yeah,
large
we-
portion of what
yeah.
we pay to our consultants will be reimbursed
Right.
as direct administrative costs.
Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
No other questions? No? Okay. And now on the dais, do we have any change we wanna add to the consent, any removal items? No? If not, can I hear a motion on the consent agenda?
So moved.
Second.
Madam Clerk?
I have a motion made by Councilman Galvin to approve the consent agenda, tabs A through F. The motion was seconded by Vice Mayor Keys. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The item passes with a 5-0 vote. Tab H, proposed resolution of the mayor and city council of the city of North Miami, Florida, ratifying the selection of V Engineering and Consulting Corporation as the lowest responsive and responsible contractor to perform the 125 Street beautification project in accordance with the terms, conditions, and specifications contained in invitation for bid number 41-18-19, further ratifying the execution of an agreement with V Engineering and Consulting Corporation for the provision of services in an amount not to exceed $120,500, providing for an effective date and for all other purposes. This item was tabled at the August 27, 2019 council meeting.
Thank you
Good
very
evening,
much.
Mr. Mayor, council members. Alberto Estrada, Purchasing Director. As was just mentioned by the city clerk, this item was tabled at the last meeting. The city council wanted some additional information regarding this item and the project itself. So here with me this evening to make a brief presentation, give you an idea of the overview of the project, is the the project manager, Mr. Akin Osaden, and also a representative from the design engineer, the firm Kimley Horn, and they're going to do a brief presentation regarding this project.
Good evening, good evening, Mayor, Vice Mayor, Council. This is Akin Osaiden, City Engineer for City of North Miami. This project is highway beautification project for Northeast 125th Street and Northeast 123rd Street. As you can see, the boundaries, it's between Griffin Road and Bayshore Drive. It is total 2.6 miles. City Council passed a resolution and the city was awarded about $72,500 from FDOT, and city's match is $50,300. And maintenance agreement was signed by FDOT and City of North Miami. Construction is initially fully funded by the city and will be reimbursed by the FDOT. Construction must be completed by the end of this year. I have Steven, our consultant, and he's the designer. I would like to take it over to him for the technical stuff.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, City Council members. My name is Steven Fisher. I'm a landscape architect and the consultant of record for this project. My address is 1920 Wekiva Way, West Palm Beach, Florida, 33484. As Akin said, this is a highway beautification project, partially funded, majority funded by the Florida Department of Transportation through their annual highway beautification project. They allocate about $1 million a year and award that to 10 recipients among the state. A couple years ago, North Miami was fortunate enough to be one of those recipients, awarded $70,500. Part of this project, all work is done in the FDOT right-of-way, meaning no work on private property, no work on city-owned property. Can I go back, please? The trees, it's comprised of trees, palms, shrubs, and ground cover, all planted at the back of the sidewalk and in the roadway medians, again, all within the 125th Street State Road 922 right-of-way. We got 45 trees, 24 palms, 528 shrubs and ground cover, all of which are Florida-friendly, drought-tolerant, low-maintenance plant material. The project goals, staying true to the grant application to enhance and maximize the green infrastructure along the corridor. This is per your downtown and major corridor master plan, as well incorporating high-priority planting areas as part of your street tree management plan. This was identified as a high-priority planting area. Also to improve sense of place for the businesses and residences, and maintain a safe environment for pedestrians and motorists. And this is a typical design condition for the project. Trees planted on either side of the road, maximizing shade, enhancing the pedestrian experience. Plant schedule on the bottom left, you can see all the proposed plant material. And on the bottom right, there are some technical details of how this plant material will be implemented. The majority of the plant material will be implemented per the detail on the bottom left, a cutout from the existing sidewalks, maintaining ADA clearance, and maximizing the planting area for healthy plant material. Going back to the project cost, this is an excerpt from the original grant application at $123,100. And after the approved design plans, we're at 121. We added a little bit of contingency to there, but construction costs maintained true to what the grant estimate was. And your bid at $120,500, which is what's before you tonight. That's a $72,800 FDOT grant reimbursement and a total cost to the city of only $47,700. So about a third of the project would be city responsibility. And with that, that concludes our presentation, and I'm happy to answer any questions. Thank you.
Thank you very much, And now the item is open to the public. Public hearing is open on tab H.
Jessica Alston, 1140 Northwest 125 Street, Sunkist Grove. I would like to know what type of trees, what type of shrubs are going to be planted. I think that this is an incomplete presentation and that it hasn't given us really a visual perspective of what it would look like in terms of the actual trees and shrubs to be planted. Are they going to be palm trees, fruit trees, flowering trees? What kind of trees? Thank you.
Thank you very much. Public hearing is still open on the item.
Dr. Gwendolyn West, I live at 13090 Griffin Boulevard. On the last hearing, you said that you was going to show us what it looked like. We did see maybe not even a block of what that is. And the stretch of property that you're going to be beautifying is from Griffin Boulevard all the way to the bridge. What does that look like around Biscayne Boulevard? What does that look like for us around Griffin Boulevard?
Thank you very much. Public hearing is still open on the item. Public hearing is now closed.
Thank you. Thank you. I have a few questions. I know you did not do the bid. Ms. Alston, the bid and the package gives a description of the trees. But what percentage of the trees are native?
We have 78% of the trees are native. 35 of the 45 proposed trees are native.
What was that last thing? 30?
35 of the 45 proposed trees are Florida native.
Okay,
And
how come we're not, well, I guess the city picked that.
That's correct. There were some trees identified in the grant application, and we have to stay true to a couple regulations. The first are the FPL guidelines, where you have to maintain a certain trunk diameter in order to plant within a certain spacing and a certain setback from the curb. The second is FPL guidelines. Florida Power and Light publishes a document every year about right tree, right place, and what kind of trees are appropriate to go under power lines. So it was a combination of those three things.
Thank you. Will the medians between Griffin and the North Bay Shore be also landscaped?
That's correct. The medians, there are 3 medians as part of it, all closer to Bay Shore. And those are solitaire palms. They're skinny palms, staying true to what was in the median, not introducing new plant material. We weren't clearing the whole median out with new trees, so it was a replacement of dead or declining plant material.
Are you removing the dead plants that have been there for years?
Yes.
Thank you. Okay. It'd be nice if we had something besides palm trees, but who's going to be maintaining these trees?
We are going to maintain those trees because once we take over this project, that's going to be our cities.
And who guarantees that these trees are going to make it? Do we have a warranty with this
We
planting?
will have a 1-year warranty with the contractor.
And so they're not going to maintain it? So can they come back and say we didn't maintain them properly? And then the warranty dies, or?
Well, if we don't water it, they may say it, but our Parks Department and working with the Public Works Department, we always water it, and I take pictures and send it to them when we maintain it.
Okay, because we have plants like on 12th and throughout the city that we've planted, and they're just sitting there dead. So I want to make sure that we're going to spend this money, that the trees are maintained properly, no weed whacking around them, and that they're watered properly.
We also have an option that we kept optional services. We may be able to have a contract with the contractor for maintaining for a year. We can also do that as well.
Could we look, I would like to see what they would offer for maintenance. They're their trees, they know how to maintain them.
Absolutely.
Okay, no further questions, thank
If
you.
I could just add one thing, there is a 1 year, as Akin said, there is a 1-year maintenance period in the contract documents. It is required.
So you will be maintaining?
I'm the
You're the
contractor will.
contractor. So who's,
Also that we will, there are certain things that the contractor is going to maintain, certain things that Parks Department, but make sure that if there is anything lacking, that we will have the optional services, that we will have a contract.
I just want to make sure that we're doing our part so we keep our warranty intact.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Mr. Mayor, sure. What are we gonna see directly here in front of City Hall between us and the commercial district on the north side?
Directly in front, you'll see 4 more of the medjool date palms you have out in front, and pigeon plums on either side, which is a medium shade tree.
So will there be any median, excuse me, median landscaping in front of City Hall?
No, just in the little bulb outs on the north and south side of 125th. There's some foxtail palms in there right now. We're adding to that. But no medians.
Question for staff. I would love to see them give us some median, and I know this is, I've been advocating for this since 1999 when I first got elected. I would love us to put in another application for landscape medians directly in front of City Hall along this 2 or 3 block corridor, because when people come to Mocha at night for openings or jazz at Mocha, it's thriving, it's crazy, it's busy, but nobody wants to cross the street to the other places because of the speeding traffic going back and forth. At some point, I'd like us to put in an application to have some actual median landscaping, because I think that would go a lot further than just the bulb outs.
Yeah, I believe, and I'm asking Whistler to correct me here. I believe we have a plan that we're working with. That was a question you asked from the podium. A plan with FDOT to actually redo this segment of 125th, which would be to add, I think, a median.
Because they for years turned that down, saying, oh, no, we need traffic to move freely and fastly. And then I said, well, do it like, what was it, Harrison Boulevard or whatever in Fort Lauderdale?
Right. Las Olas and the others. I'll check into it, but I thought we were looking into that with FDOT. But you're right, we've gone back and forth, because I know some of the business owners in that plan was concerned about loss of spaces and parking and stuff like that.
Yeah, no, I know with the bulb outs perhaps becoming bigger, there might have been loss of a space or two on the east-west side of the street, but crossing over from here to, I'd be even willing to have the city pay for it or propose that
just
the
a
city pay
median,
for
right,
it.
in this 2 block between, I guess, we say between 7th and.
You're talking about what, any engineer plan to reduce traffic, to
Right.
slow traffic around the downtown?
Okay, we'll look into, we'll
We can
look into
definitely
it.
look into
Even
it.
though if we do the floor,
Right.
the paving and put bricks and things like that, whatever it is. Yeah. You done?
Yes, sir, thank you.
You done? No, no questions? Thank you very much for the presentation. Can I hear a motion on the item, please?
Motion to approve?
Second.
Tab
I have a motion made by Vice Mayor Keys to approve tab H. The motion was seconded by Councilwoman Estimate Irvin. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The item passes with a 5-0 vote. Tab I, proposed resolution of the mayor and city council of the city of North Miami, Florida, approving the city administration selection of Stageline Mobile Stage, Inc. to provide a new mobile staged unit. Further authorizing the city manager to negotiate and execute. Oh, I'm sorry. I have I.
What you mean? It's I.
Okay, so I have a bad I.
It's I. Huh?
What I have here must be wrong then, so. Proposed
I
resolution.
is the piggyback, right? Okay. Oh.
Okay, so this is a wrong copy then. Tab I, proposed resolution of the mayor and city council of the city of North Miami, Florida, authorizing the city manager to issue purchase orders to Allied Universal Corporation for a 1-year term in the aggregate amount not to exceed $90,000 for the purchase and delivery of liquid sodium hypochlorite for the Winston Water Treatment Plant, piggybacking Martin County RFB number 2019-3133, providing for an effective date and for all other purposes.
Move approval.
Second with question on the
Second.
dais. Do you have any question? to buy sodium. Do we have any questions?
It's
No?
chlorine for the water plant. If you oppose that, then don't drink the water.
Thank you very much. Do we have public hearing is open on the item?
I do
Public
all the
hearing is
time.
now closed.
Move approval.
Madam Clerk, second.
I have a motion made by Councilman Galvin to approve tab I. The motion was seconded by Mayor Bieneme. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? Item passes with a 5-0 vote. Tab J, proposed resolution of the mayor and city council of the city of North Miami, Florida, approving the city administration's selection of Stageline Mobile Stage, Inc. to provide a new mobile stage unit, further authorizing the city manager to negotiate and execute an agreement with the selected contractor in an amount not to exceed $194,022, in accordance with the terms, conditions, and specifications contained in invitation for bids number 10-18-19, providing for an effective date and for all other purposes.
Once again, for the record, Alberto Estrada, Purchasing Director. Mr. Mayor, council members, the item that you have before you represents the results of solicitation number 10-18-19, which was a solicitation bid issued by the Purchasing Department for the purpose of requesting proposals to provide the city with a new mobile stage unit. And you have before you staff's recommendation to award to the company Stageline Mobile Stage Incorporated. As reflected in the council report that's submitted in support of the item, this company, Stageline, is one of the world's leading manufacturers of innovative mobile stages. Their equipment is used throughout over 45 countries, and their unique design and patented technology makes the Stageline SL100 unit one of the most advanced and safe staging systems available in the market. To provide you with an overview of the equipment that is being requested for your approval, the city's Director of Parks and Recreation, Mr. Derek Corker, has a brief presentation for you on the monitors for your review.
Good evening, Mayor and Council. Derek Corker, Parks and Recreation. We want to put on the record that this mobile unit that we are looking to purchase is going to help out with our old unit that we currently have, which is over 20 years old. You all seen the Showmobile. It has had its days, but nonetheless, as you can see from the photos here, this will become equipped with sound equipment, lighting, and a mobile unit. As you can see, it can be packaged up and drove with a truck that we currently have, so we don't have to purchase additional equipment to haul the unit. This is a actual showing of the suspense sound equipment with lighting as well. If you can see underneath, there's a lot of lighting that comes with it, and the unit also comes with sound equipment that we desperately need. And just for the optics, there are options for the banners to be placed on top and sides, so you can have a more realistic feel for different type of events. With that, that concludes. I will take any questions or comments that you have.
Let's open it for public hearing. Public hearing is open on the item.
Dr. Gwendolyn West, 13090 Griffin Boulevard. My question is, when you install the stage, do you have to install the lights, or are they fixed? And do you have to bring in the sound equipment each time? Or is just all in the packet, you open it up and you're ready to go?
Thank you very much. Public hearing is still open on the item. It's tab J. Public hearing is now closed. Can you answer?
Yes, Mayor and Council. The stage is equipped with some lighting. There's additional lighting that comes with the stage as well that has to be put together each time the stage is brought out. Because it's a mobile unit
also the sound equipment has to be put up each time. It is a mobile unit, as we displayed here. So when it's packaged and drove, the equipment is not erected in the unit. Once the unit is unfolded and set up, it takes about an hour for us to set it up. It comes with hydraulic lifts and everything else that we need, but the equipment comes with the package. But yes, some of the lighting and sound has to be put together each time.
No questions? Thank you. It's about time. We really, really need this. So exciting. Couple questions. It rains so much during our events, and I see it's very open. Is the back going to be closed for sure?
This comes equipped with a cover, a back cloth cover and side covers. Also comes with covers for the sound equipment. It is a unit that is, as you see here, there's a back cover on the back of there. It's like a cloth, fire-rated cloth that can be covered for the back and the sides, or you can have it open. So it's a preference to how we want to set it up for that particular event.
So at least if we had a downpour or something, at least we could at least have it corner and get.
Yes, it is fire rated and it is waterproof. The backing and the sides panels, where as you can see this photo here, the people that's sitting on the stage, it actually has a black drop cloth, and the sides have a black drop cloth as well.
Because I know we use the sides to for the stairs. Would there be a stair in the front that you could use if the sides were down?
There's a side rail steps that's on the left side of the stage. It's to the side. It's not actually in the back. So this one is actually to the side. It is mobile that we can put it up and put it down if need be, along with the ADA capability for handicap.
And lastly, I see a picture. There's like a light banner on top.
Yes.
Is that part of this cost, or is that going to be extra?
For the banners themselves?
The electronic banners that go on top.
Yeah, that would be an additional cost, because these are just, this one is a Miller Lite, unfortunately. You have to buy the banner from a company that makes banners.
But electronic? I thought I saw in the
Yes.
package.
Yes. That would be an additional cost.
How much was the additional cost?
I don't think we've priced. Have we priced an electronic banner? No. We'd have to get back to you on that.
I would like to, as long as we're buying this, we're spending this kind of money, I'd like to price the electronic banner, because I know when we are doing our events, we're always looking at electric banners, and it's really expensive. So maybe if we bought it one time, it would save on all of our events, and we would just have it.
Okay.
So,
We'll take a look at it.
okay, thank you.
Scott, no question?
Sure, no, yes, quickly. Will this replace the Showmobile?
It would add, we're actually gonna look at repairing the Showmobile as well, so that maybe we can have two, just in case something happens to one. We have a backup. We're not gonna get rid of the old Showmobile. We're gonna try to repair some of the issues that we have with the Showmobile.
And if a member of the outside community asks to use this stage, hey, I'm having an event at my church, I'm just using that as an example, this Sunday, can I have your Showmobile, or not the Showmobile, whatever we're calling this?
Mobile stage.
Mobile stage. Can I have your mobile stage? Do we have a policy or a plan in place to address that?
Yes, we currently have a rental agreement with the Showmobile as well. We do rent out the Showmobile from time to time for different organizations, other cities, and there is a Parks and Recreation policy that allows us to rent the Showmobile, and will be the same for the mobile stage.
Okay, all right, thank you. Thank you, Mr.
Thank you very much. But about the previous one, the stage mobile, we just approved $35,000 for improvements of that one. That's mean you're not gonna get rid of it just a few weeks ago.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. That's
No,
what-
he
yeah,
said
yes,
we
sir.
may, but I
No,
want to make
no,
sure
no,
we are spending $35,000.
Yes, we
Yeah.
are
Using that
repairing
for
some of the
renting.
issues that we need.
Yeah, both
Yeah.
of them. But when he's talking about we may use the other one, we have to use it because we give you $35,000 in repair.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Which one will we use for Jazz at Mocha?
The one we have.
The
Oh, we are
Showmobile.
going to use.
Showmobile or mobile stage?
It would depend. So
Okay.
now we have two different size stages now, or once we get this. So it depends. If they have a small group that doesn't need a stage facility of this size, then we wouldn't use it. If they do, we have it. We're trying to give ourselves, and that's why we did the repair that the mayor stated. So we have multiple options on how we deal with our event. So it could be either or.
This would be more fancy for like when Niecy Williams comes out, then we have something for her. We don't have
Correct.
to keep ready. That was
Correct.
fun.
Yeah. I have a question about the rental. Will the rental for the newer stage, will that be obviously more to rent it, correct?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Just wanted to make sure.
Alex.
I have a couple of questions for you, Mr. Corker, and then Mr. Estrada regarding procurement. What is the parameter between this one and the Showmobile we currently have?
The mobile stage is a 24 by 20 feet. The Showmobile is actually 18 by 18.
Okay. Now going to Mr. Estrada. I reviewed the package. It's only one. I guess this is the only company that respond. Can you talk to us about that? And I have another question regarding the reference.
Yeah, sure thing, Councilman. As you can see, this is a very specialized type of equipment. There's simply not too many manufacturers out there in the marketplace. We reached out to those manufacturers and distributors that are available, and we invited them to submit a price, and quite simply none did. This was the only response that we received.
Okay, I mean, okay, but so you, just for the record, that this is the only company that responded to our bid. It wasn't a proposal just that
Yes, sir.
submitted
It was
a bid.
It was a sealed bid submitted, in fact,
Okay.
to the city clerk's office.
Okay, in reference to the reference of the reference that was submitted, those cities, their price is a little bit, roughly about 50,000 less than what we are getting. Is it they got different item or?
Yeah, some of this equipment is, for instance, is sort of optional, if you will. For instance, this one includes lighting. So, some of the equipment is optional. With regards to the reference, we did check the references to verify, again, the quality of the workmanship, that they, delivered the product that they were supposed to, et cetera, and we got good references.
Okay.
So we verified that before we would submit that to council.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor.
Councilor.
I've already asked my question. If there's a discussion has been done, I'd like to move for approval.
Second.
Madam Clerk.
I have a motion made by Councilwoman Estime Irvin to approve tab J. The motion was seconded by Councilman Galvin. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The item passes with a 5-0 vote.
And Mr. Cooker, we need to revise our policy when it comes to rent the new equipment because it's $200,000, and I'm pretty much sure we're gonna need people with skills to put it together. That's when it's not something that's gonna go everywhere, and we got to make sure we updated our policy
For
when it comes to that
just
new
so you,
one.
I'll allay that concern right now. Whenever we went, it'll be our trained staff that would assemble and disassemble the stage. We wouldn't
Exactly.
we wouldn't just say, here you go and take it.
Yeah, that's
As
why
far-
the
as far as
price
the
got to
rental.
be adjusted
Yeah.
based on the
Yes.
new
Exactly,
equipment. Yeah.
exactly.
Thank you.
Tab K, proposed resolution of the mayor and city council of the city of North Miami, Florida, approving the evaluation committee selection of Thornton Construction Company, Inc. as the highest ranked firm to provide construction management at-risk services for the development of the Cagney Park North site. Further authorizing the city manager and city attorney to negotiate an agreement with the selected contractor in accordance with the terms, conditions, and specifications contained in Request for Qualifications number 32-18-19, providing for an effective date and for all other purposes.
One more time, Alberto Estrada, Purchasing Director. The item that you have before you is one of two items that are related to the proposed new Cagney Park North project. This item is a request for your approval of the Evaluation Committee selection of the construction management firm, Thornton Construction Company Incorporated, in response to RFQ 321819, to provide the city with construction management at risk services for the development of the new Cagney Park North. As you probably know, and as you can see on your monitors, the site of the proposed new park is located between Northeast 135th Street and 137th Street, from 8th Avenue to 9th Avenue. It's adjacent to Arts Creek Elementary and North Miami Middle School campuses. The development of this new park is a collaborative effort between the city and the school board. Once completed, this recreational complex is intended not only for the benefit and enjoyment of our community, but will also be used by the school district in accordance with the interlocal agreement that was entered into between the city and the school board. In response to this solicitation, the city received 9 proposals, and shortly thereafter, the evaluation committee was convened to conduct their initial evaluation of each of the applicants. The committee selected or decided to invite all 9 firms to be interviewed. 3 of the firms withdrew from the interviews, and the committee proceeded to interview the remaining 6 firms. A representative of the school district was invited to participate and served on the evaluation committee. As reflected on the second page of the council report, following the initial evaluation, the committee scored and evaluated the remaining 6 firms, and the top-ranked firm resulted as Thornton Construction, which is now being recommended for your review and award. Please note that this item not only requests your approval of the evaluation committee's recommendation of Thornton Construction, but also asks for the council's authority to proceed to negotiate and finalize an agreement with Thornton Construction for their initial pre-construction services during design of the project, leading to a guaranteed maximum price for the actual construction of the project. In the event the staff cannot reach an agreement with Thornton Construction, staff will then proceed to the next ranked firm on the list until a successful agreement can be finalized and submitted to the council for your approval. Here with me in support of this item is Mr. Derek Corker, once again, the Director of the City's Parks Department. Also, Mr. Jeff Geimer, the project manager for this project, as well as Mr. Dagoberto Diaz, the Executive Vice President for Thornton Construction. This concludes my presentation of this item, and if you have any questions, we will be glad to take them.
Before you open public hearing, just also wanted to put on the record, part of the funding, you know, we're securing it. $5 million came from the county GOB, so I just wanted to put that on the record as well.
Thank you very much, and we are going to open it to the public. We don't have any view now. Oh.
Right.
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
Good evening. William Prevotel, 11950 North Bay Shore Drive. I have great faith in our purchasing department and our purchasing director, and maybe I've missed this on prior meetings, but it actually was addressed by our director. In this in the description, we're talking about selecting a particular company and then going out to negotiate an agreement. And it's sort of like saying, you won, sort of name your price, or it could lead to that. It leads to them really taking advantage, whoever has been awarded, whatever price they get the maximum price they possibly can. And I'm just hoping that if I'm either reading it wrong, or that in the process there was a range that they were submitting that they could do the project, or even better yet, in the course of going through a project such as this, that we do have some clear idea coming from somewhere of what the value of this project is, and therefore the various teams that are competing are going for that project at that price. I just think it can, I know we want to have the best firm, and I think that's been achieved by doing this, having a top-notch firm and ranking them down, but I just don't want to see our city get, whether it's this particular project or future projects, being abused in that final pricing. That we can be aware of it early on, target it, and say, with your great firm, can you meet this price? And to be competitive, they'll probably say, yeah, we can meet that competitive price, as the other ones will as well. Thank you very much for your consideration.
Thank you. Mr. Study, I have the same question. Can you address that part? You were going to negotiate what?
Sure. We're proceeding with this particular contract. We'll be negotiating pre-construction services. To the concern, I mentioned, and it's also included in the council report, the way this works is as follows. We're going to proceed to negotiate, but there's no guarantee, if you will, that they have this contract. If we're unable and unsuccessful to negotiate, in other words, if they're asking for too much, then we'll proceed to the next firm.
What do you mean?
Mr. Mayor, may I?
Yes.
Because I think I understand the question that's being asked. In the title, there's an amount not to exceed $194,022. 100. I'm sorry, but it's the same. I'm sorry. It's all right. My apologies. It's a guaranteed maximum price.
Typically how these work, and I explained this to you all in the briefings, we have a total project budget of $10.5 million. We'll be negotiating with both our construction manager at risk as well as our design team. Together with the cost of their services and the build of the entire park have to be within that budget.
That's meaning the agreement, you're going to make sure whether it's the construction and the design, they are on the same table, so we can get to that ranking price.
Yes, sir.
Instead of just hire the design, we're paying $5 million, and after that, we don't have money for the construction. That's why we are putting both parties together so we can know exactly what the cost is going to be.
Whoever gets this, the construction company, the construction manager at risk, is taking the at-risk they're taking the risk to keep it within the budget that we're providing them.
And the design company going to be on the table, so
With
we
them, they
know
will work
exactly
together.
what it is.
Yes. So that will allay the concern about.
It's like the second item is going, it's like
the
a
second
shrine.
item. Correct, sir.
Public hearing still open on the item. It's tab K.
Hello, Melton Goodwin. I live at 310 Northeast 126th Street. And I'm aware that this is the same contractor pre-construction that we used for the North Miami Senior High School project, which we paid $88 million, I believe, to. The reason I'm concerned is because being on the board there for the PTSA at that school, seeing some of the things, the design is great. I'm just worried about having this project.
Now we are discussing the construction part, right? Not the design yet.
No, not the design.
Okay.
But I'm worried about not having upkeep, maintenance, things after the fact of basically taking care of what they design or have designed, and we have built the maintenance part of it. Anyone that goes to that high school knows what I'm talking about.
Okay. Thank you very much. Public hearing still open on the item.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, City Council members. Kevin Burns, 2065 Alameda Drive. Just in the purchasing director's description, that they're going to negotiate and then go directly to contract without bringing back the final negotiated settlement or proposal for your final approval on it. We're skipping that. And if you are doing that, I think it's a little dangerous. I think you should all vote and back up the staff's opinion that they negotiated the best contract, that you all sign off on it, because if something goes wrong, we're going to be looking at you all. And you won't be able to throw your hands up and say, well, we didn't vote on the final proposal, proposal. So I'm not sure, I thought I heard that it's going directly, you're authorizing the city manager and the city attorney to negotiate and move to executing an agreement. Thank you.
Mr. Estrada, that's not what you said, huh?
Yeah.
You're gonna
just
bring,
a couple
the final.
For the record, this is not the same contractor that built North Miami Senior High School.
Okay.
That's just simply incorrect. It was another contractor. And with regards to, yes, the former mayor is correct. Well, we are bringing this back. In fact, on the second page of the council report, it clearly states, the contract's terms, conditions, including the fees, shall be negotiated by staff and submitted to the city council for final approval. It's on the second page of my council.
Thank you very much. Public hearing is still open on the item. Public hearing is now closed.
Move approval.
Second.
With question. Okay. You start. You're gonna.
Yeah, I'd like to start. I'm actually extremely excited.
He has a question.
Okay, go
First,
ahead.
you already have your motion.
Okay,
And
it's
after
okay.
him, you're gonna come with it. Yeah. No, that's you first.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor and Commissioner Irving. My question to Mr. Estrada, do we know the reason why the three companies withdrew?
No, sir, Councilman. They didn't give us any particular reason. After the initial evaluation, they simply submitted an email to us requesting that they wanted.
All three of them?
Yeah, at separate times,
Is that normal? Does that?
Here's why they do this unofficially.
Yeah.
You don't challenge us on this project, we won't challenge you on the other one that you're gonna put in for. I know that's what they do. They won't ever say that, but that's why they do stuff like that. They can talk to, they don't have a sunshine law, they can talk to each other.
I see.
It was a request for interview, and then
Yeah.
that.
No,
That's
no,
when
no,
they
I just,
abandoned, yeah.
because it's three from different, it kind of, to me, I didn't know if it's something, so we just wanted to make, you know.
Just so you know, from a process standpoint, all 9 were invited to
Okay.
go through both stages.
Mhm.
And the purchasing director informed me that 3 withdrew.
Got
I
it.
didn't- Matter of fact, I didn't even know which 3.
Exactly. Okay, I don't want to know which three. I just wanted that, but I think you answered the question. My last question to what former Mayor Burns was saying. So we are authorizing you guys to, once the passage of this, I mean, I think all of us are excited with this project. Are we?
It's coming back to you for approval, final.
Of
approval.
the one that-
said that, yeah.
Okay, that's basically it. Thank you.
Councilman.
I'm just really excited. That area needs a park desperately. I move to approve, and I can't wait till this project is completed.
You gotta say you're excited, and thank you to the mayor. You just came on board and you fight the project. Just say thank you to mayor and thank to my fellow council members for fighting with us and put that $5 million from the city. And thanks to the administration, we were able to put together that $10.5 million that Councilwoman Marie-Estime Irvin is going to enjoy.
Actually, our residents are going to enjoy, sir. Thank you.
And Carol, Carol, it's you.
Looks good.
Mr. Mayor, my only question is, when will we start to see shovels in the ground, and when will we start to see a park?
Trust me, Councilman Galvin,
It's
from
in-
the day that I've been inducted, I've met with the manager every Monday, and I've actually asked to get a monthly report on the timeline to make sure that, and that's why I'm excited, because the other part is coming where the construction company and the architectural firm will be working hand in hand together, and they're going to provide a timeline. So believe me, this councilwoman is on it.
Yeah. So when are we gonna see a shovel in the ground?
But the first,
No.
I think the first question is when you're gonna start negotiation and bring it us, and
if
bring it before us for
this is what-
approval.
This is what I'm gonna do and say. You have the companion item, which is tab M for the
Yeah.
architectural design. Once we get them on board, and the negotiations will be probably take a 2 week or so period. After that, we'll have developed a timeline, because I know you want some public input on the design and stuff like that, and we'll be able to give you a timeline. I don't want to say it'll be on December 1st right now until we have that. that done.
Okay, thank you very much. And you
Mr.
have-
Mayor, real quick, Mr. Estrada, just for the record, the resident who came here earlier made a reference about North Miami. And part of that, a lot of the principal folks that will be working on, did work in the North Miami project, just so you know, that is part of our, supported documents. So maybe that's why it might not have been the company, but a lot of the principals, at least 3, did work on the North Miami senior.
Right,
I think that's
no.
probably what the resident was trying to say.
I understand, but.
Okay.
What happened?
The reason, right, I just wanted, the reason I know that it wasn't this company is because I negotiated that contract in my former life, working for the school board. I actually negotiated that contract for the new North Miami High School, that $80 million contract, on behalf of the school board. And it
No,
was
I
another
know,
company.
but his point was a lot of the same people
Former, that's true.
are with this company now.
Yeah, and,
Okay.
and that happens sometimes in
is
construction
fine.
business, they jump around a little bit.
Which is
So-
fine. Got it. Thank you.
Okay. No.
Mr. Mayor, is there anybody here from the Thornton Company this evening?
Yeah.
Yes, there is.
Are you
Good
the
eve-
same company that's doing that the renovation at FIU, the swimming pool?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, council, board, staff. My name is Dagoberto Diaz. I'm the Executive Vice President for Torrent Construction. First of all, I want to thank you for the opportunity to allow us to take part in this project. And it's exciting for us because this is going to be a great opportunity for the community to give them that special park that they very well deserve. So we're definitely very excited about the opportunity. We are looking forward to starting this project. Well, I wish we could start shovels in the ground tomorrow, but obviously there is a process of that. But I will commit to you that we'll definitely utilize all our abilities to provide you the best possible project out there, and also to get the community involved in this project as it relates to workforce and obviously give back. Part of our giving back to the community, and we presented this in the presentation, we want to take advantage of, you have a high school right across the street, which we could utilize a student provided internship. Just imagine they have an engineering program over there. What a great opportunity to take a student, bring him to the project, a paid internship, and be part of this great project. That's a golden opportunity that we have here, and we want to explore that, and we want to definitely talk about that. In addition to that, we are committed, and we always do this. It's not about building a project. It's about leaving a legacy, leaving something behind. And what we want to do is obviously also is provide the community, in this case, the school, scholarship. A lot of these young men and young women are going to school, going to college, and they need help. And obviously, we're looking at providing with the work with the school, a scholarship program for these students. So those are the type of things that we're talking about, and we'll obviously entertain more opportunities, more ideas to give back to the community. So with that, I want to thank you, and if you have any questions, by all means, I'll answer any questions you might have.
Thank
Again,
you very much. Thank you very much. And can I motion? You have a motion on the floor, and I second the motion, Madam Clerk.
Okay. So we have a motion made by Councilwoman Estime Irvin. The motion to approve tab K, the motion was seconded by Mayor Bienemay. All in favor?
Aye.
All opposed? The item passes with a 5-0 vote.